Good morning, I'm Carl Menger. This is Christine Surrett.
Hello.
We are WRME Live, Weichert Realtors Main Edge out of Mustang, Oklahoma. It is June 14th, isn't it?
Oh gosh, I hope
Yep.
so. Yes.
Episode 106.
If
Okay.
not June 14th, I'm completely lost.
I'm not going to give you the rain forecast for today because it's still raining. Yeah. And it's going to rain tomorrow.
We should have sunshine this afternoon, but it's going to be humid.
Oh, I'll tell you. We're tired of the rain. I was thinking about trading in my old rover for a pontoon boat. I mean,
We just need a duck. One of those military ducks
Hey.
that's land and semi-aquatic.
I could do that.
I could do that too. I need
All
the
right.
tinier version. Oh goodness, I am temporarily covering for Erin while she's off
In
with her son
Switzerland,
and doing a
Eating
concert.
Swiss cheese.
Eating everything I can. Thank you, Erin. She'll come back a little bit more squishy and it'll be okay. She'll be so happy with having eaten everything there.
Yeah, I'd like to take a month off and go to Switzerland or Europe or any place like that.
I'd be happy with a day off to take a nap.
She says it's warm and sunny there in Switzerland. Okay,
Clearly nowhere near Oklahoma.
all right. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit today about technology in real estate.
It does so much, because remember back in the old days before either of us joined real estate, and we saw these triplicate carbon copy purchase contracts.
But it was easy. You just fill out one page, rip off the back one, hand it to them, and
Hand the
you're
next one
done.
to your office, kept the other one here. You got to make sure you got to drive across
morning,
town.
Sandy.
Or in the olden days, ride your horse across town. And just,
Well, not that old in days. Okay.
okay, neither of us were back in the era of horse for real estate, just clarifying. I might not look 100, but I'm aging well. But,
I don't know about that. Okay.
oh, thanks.
On technology, first of all, being able to do the contracts on the computer.
Oh,
and,
yes.
If we need to go back and change something, we just go back and change one thing, before we get the signatures on something, and then we can send them out to either the buyer or the seller or anybody involved in the transaction via e-sign. And
So we can create the contracts beautifully digitally. We have the option of printing it off and hand delivering it or mailing. We've had to do that in the past.
right,
But with technology, we can either send it through e-sign or we can even just email it to you directly, especially if you like we've had some government people, they can't do the e-sign
Right.
online. So we email it to them through a secure system and they print it off, sign it, and scan it back.
Right.
We even still do faxes. Some people feel it's more secure. I don't know about
we
that.
do fax to the computer where it's real good and clean, not
Yes.
the old curly thermal paper kind of fax.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's still
We still get
semi-digital.
some of those every once in a while.
Oh, the advertisements we get, like, look, life insurance, half
Yeah.
rate. I can't even read this. Thank
Right.
you.
I
I
tell you, the e-sign has been especially important to me lately because two of the big deals that I'm working on, the buyer is actually in the Caribbean for a couple of months.
Wow, lucky them.
Wouldn't it be nice? And and the seller, he's getting ready to go off to Italy. Everybody's here, there, and everywhere. I got to cover all the closings. I'll be the only person at closing besides the closer with all this stuff that has to be coordinated and put together, which would be impossible without the technology we have available to us today.
And-
Good morning, Dina. How are you doing today?
Oh, hi, Dina. Oh, let's
Triple
see.
Cross Realty.
Yeah, nice people.
Yeah.
Let's see. We also have unique cases where tech has been used to the advantage of both the agent and the client. For instance, using Skype, we have Miss Erin. She's probably mentioned in the past where she actually, for a person in the military who was, I believe, in Japan at the time, was buying a house in Oklahoma for his wife and his many kids that were presently living in Colorado.
Okay.
So she did funky hour phone calls, and she actually Skype toured houses with him, and he'd be like, okay, does that really look like maple or is that oak? She's like, it looks closer to oak. So they could get clarification as she's seeing this house if he's actually getting the right picture.
Right.
Of course, we can't imply biases, but I can state whether this is oak or not oak.
But and then they got the deal done,
They actually closed it. Beautiful house.
and he had never even seen the house until he got
Not in
back,
person.
Right.
That was the
So-
cool part. Not in person. And he saw many, many houses through Skype and handled everything digitally. And including, they actually blocked out times where Erin would stay up later so they could do an international phone call where he would be awake
Okay.
and they could do it cognitively.
Yeah. Now that also helps that Erin is extremely tech savvy.
Yes.
You know, she's good with the Facebook stuff, of course, Skyping and all that stuff. You know, some of us old dogs, we come in a little slower, but we get there.
But still, there's what was it? Face-to-face, FaceTime?
Mm-hmm.
Not an Apple person.
Yes.
Even
FaceTime.
that might
It's
be
great.
an option for a person that's not quite to Skype level tech.
Right.
And so it's just fascinating how tech is expanding and how agents and clients are utilizing it to get these transactions
and
done.
tech is a double-edged sword.
True.
Okay, because every client out there, every buyer or seller out there, I guarantee you, I don't care who they are, they go to Zillow and look at what Zillow has to say and do and all that stuff, and that's fine and wonderful, but you got to have an agent so they can compare it to the real world. Skype just looks at what's available in hyperspace, puts the numbers together and says,
Zillow.
okay, I think Zillow. And they just like, okay, this is what we think your house is worth or whatever. It's a tool, but it's not the best tool out there. Okay, there's nothing better than a neighborhood specialist that has all the MLS information plus what's not on the MLS. You know, Zillow pulls all their information from the MLS, which we as realtors put in. Okay, but they don't know about the construction down the street or the community pool that's either a dog or an awesome pool.
Or
you know?
even just good neighborhood, but the neighbors around that specific house, they need to improve.
Right. Well, you know, and you know, I had one just not too long ago. The house on Zillow looked wonderful, but the big giant RV parked in the front driveway of the house next door blocked the view of everything, and it was, you know, you got to get an agent and go deal with the houses direct. It's just much easier.
And the other aspect that could be a double-bladed sword is texting. So people love to do either Facebook message or to text. And this, in my opinion, is another benefit of having a realtor, because we kind of help translate and clarify before the other party gets informed.
Well, we have to add context.
Yes.
Because especially in text messaging, you know, things get awry, and we'll have to say, "Oh, hang on a minute. Let's all make sure we're on the same page. We're talking about the same stuff."
Did you really mean for it to sound like this? Oh, no. Oh, you meant for this. Let's correct that before I tell the other side of the
And so much of the
transaction.
time, it's so much faster to get them on the phone. So, hey, you know, this is this, that is that, you know, here's the direction we need to go, whatever. And people, they mostly, they just want communication. Everybody has their preferred method, but they want communication. And that's probably the biggest issue in all of our industry in real estate is the communication.
Yep. People report that some realtors are not responsive, don't communicate enough, and sometimes realtors have to drag information out of their client because do you really want a 3-bed and more? Because every house you've wanted to see is in Norman. There's a difference.
Right. Well, you know, dealing with some buyers not too long ago. I'm at their house, actually. We were trying to figure out how to get them out of their house and get them into another one. And they're looking for 3-bedroom houses. But they have 6 kids. And I mean, all these kids are running around everywhere. And I'm like, are all these your kids? You know, and they were qualified for $300,000. There's some very good deals on 4- and 5-bedroom houses out there. They're not the Taj Mahal, but that would accommodate all these children, you know,
A little bit more comfortably.
Right. But they were looking for a nicer 3-bedroom house. And they were just going to, you know, stack kids. You know, and I guess that's fine for a few years. But eventually they turn into teenagers. And then they have a problem.
Yeah, and we don't know their social situation, but as realtors, we're supposed to just be like, consider this, consider that, consider the future, consider this aspect. You still make your entire decisions. We're just here to make you think of questions you hadn't thought of yet. So hopefully you can make the best decision for you and yours.
That's where seeing tons of different contracts and tons of different deals, you know, gives us an edge, especially if we've been in this for a few years. And if you're a new realtor, don't be afraid to ask questions out there. You know, take care of your clients. Don't just muddle through it. Ask the questions, get the information you need. Okay, it's important.
Don't be afraid to say, I don't know that answer. Let me get back to you. Let me talk to my broker. Let me call the city. Most people will respect you going, I don't know that. I will find the answer though.
Okay, I tend to not say I don't know that.
Okay, not the best
I tend
verbiage.
to say I'll find out exactly what you need to know.
That's how you should
Exactly
say
what
it.
the rules are. You know, I don't know enough. I don't need to tell anybody I don't know anymore. Okay, that's just the way it is. All right, are we about ready to wrap this thing up today?
I guess I already bore your ear off or something. Okay, well, I do believe that is it. I don't know of any open houses this weekend, although happy Father's Day to all you guys out there.
Thank you.
Yeah. I gave him his card this morning. He's all happy.
That's right. All right, well, we are Weichert Realtors Main Edge, Mustang, Oklahoma, serving the whole central Oklahoma area. We do real life, real world real estate every day. Come see us.
Bye, guys.